Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, everyone. How are you? I hope all of us are in a safe conditions. Today, let us discover and continue Chapter 5 lesson for travel agency management and operations, that is on determining a tour cost and price. Basically, in this chapter, you're gonna discover on the operation part of a tour, arranging a tour program. Um, Overall, in this chapter, we're going to look into the importance, definitions of budgets, why we have to prepare for budgets, yeah? Then the strategies for negotiations with suppliers, yeah? And how to come up with a budget, yeah? Preparations, yeah? Then we're going to look into determining the sales price. Yeah, we will look into alternative of the pricing strategies, and lastly, we will look into the break-even point, how a company can successfully divide into the cost, operation cost, as well as to specify the profit for a tour programs. So let's start with first establishing a budget. You have to know the definitions for a budget. And what is a budget? So basically, budgets come from a French word, words of bouguettes, all right, meaning bags or wallet. It's all about money, financial part, your wallet. Yeah. It suggests to think that bag as a full of money. It's all about the arrangement for a travel agency for uh, the spending part of the operations on the purchasing part, hire, pay charges, operation costs, etc. So basically, budget is a financial plan. Yeah, in a travel agency, account department or account assistants, via account assistants normally will arrange for the financial parts of the company operation, while the tour operator, yeah, or the tour consultant will need to prepare for a budget for every package that they created. Yeah, they should be a proper costing, allocation, as well as the estimate uh, expectations or the profit that yeah the agency can make from selling a tour package, right? There are four reasons why we need to prepare a budget. First, uh, budget set as a target, right? A goals to be achieved in a certain condition, like for example, half year, half a quarter of the year, right? To make sure that the sales volume will be achievable, to measure the cost, to know how much profits that a company or an agent can uh, generate from selling a package, right? Next, budget also set or play roles as a plan by the management in order for an efforts to develop a business over a short and long-term range. Yeah, normally when a travel agency send a business plan, there will be a proper budget costing for the operational cost estimation throughout the year. So it will basically serve as a roadmap, as a plan for that agency, all right, to work for how much they're going to look for, the sales, how much revenue, how much cost, and so on. Next, the third role of budget is a means to compare the actual result, all right, at the end of the year and on ongoing basis to the budget. In other ways, to monitor the progress of the sales, of the performance for that particular agency. Yeah. For example, it's already in 6 months, sales targeted. Uh, uh, the company should be making profit up to maybe 500. Yeah, packages should be sell in the market. But then, yeah, after 6 months operations, only 300 packages managed to be sold. All right. So the other 200 packages, yeah, can be sell by the sales, yeah, executive or the tour, yeah, uh, consultants. All right. For the rest of another 6 months throughout the year in order to meet that particular comparison or goals just now that been targeted by the uh, travel agents itself. All right, this is to make sure that the company will be able to survive, yeah, over a short and a long period of time. Yeah, with a proper estimations of a budget, then yeah, the company know itself the stance in the markets. All right, what are, then they can prepare for necessary steps, what to do. Maybe they can just go for more effective sales business trips, yeah, making more promotions, deals, join into fairs, and many more programs in order to create more sales. Right. Next, budget also provide a check on progress towards the desired goals. So at the end of the year, maybe the company will set for a target sales. Yeah? So the targeted sales, yeah, itself, it should be achievable. Yeah, with the targets that been made earlier at the beginning of the year, yeah, through the budget provisions. So budgets plays an important role in order for a travel agent to survive in the markets over a short and a long period time itself as a measurement for the company, yeah, progress. Okay, next, we look into negotiations effort with the suppliers. Yeah, there are many categories of the suppliers out there that the travel agency need to deal with. Yeah, and dealing with suppliers, yeah, and the sales representative can generate both feelings, either fun, can generate funds, enjoyable, yeah, experience, or it can be frustrating, right? Well, it's depend on the ability, on the capability of the supplier itself to give like a good treatment, yeah, for example, to give credits, yeah, facilities to the travel agents or not. Yeah, and not all come out in a positive mood. Sometimes it can be frustrating, yeah, arrangement as well. So dealing with suppliers, you have to follow a proper strategies so that, yeah, you can win the business and you can deal with your suppliers as well as try to fulfill the client needs and want. On the other hand, supplier can balk at your budgetary constraints. They can ask for more. They can put a higher demand on it. They can just put a certain requirement. For example, they want a higher deposit for that particular arrangement. Yeah, it can lead for a inefficiency, yeah, delay on your costing process. Why? Because you need to have enough rolling cash for you to operate that particular, yeah, tour package. Yeah? If you're gonna have an opportunity for a credit facilities, for example, with your suppliers, then you will be able to, you know, go for a good and smooth arrangement with your supplier. Each type of supplier presents their own set of costing concern, Yeah, they are negotiable suppliers, yeah, very demanding suppliers, right? And you have to deal with the psychological part of the suppliers. You have to be strong, yeah, and at the same time you have to keep the performance so that it will meet their expectations, and importantly they can get their pay on time from you. Yeah, this is to ensure for a promising future business. Now next, yeah, motor coach operator. Yeah, motor coach operator and local sightseeing companies are very obliging means that very high demand, high demanding. Yeah, for you to, for example, pay very instant deposit on time. Yeah, they often uh, do or conduct these negotiations in informal way. Family-like business, arrange eager to give your tour company a sensitive way. Why? Because the motor coach operator, they're quite limited and they offer multiples of many types of services to, yeah, thousands of suppliers, not supplier, operators, travel agents, in fact, for commercial business as well. So, yeah, they do have the motor coach, yeah, and they do accept many requests as well. That's why they're very demanding. Bus company usually quote daily rates, yeah, half day, daily, yeah, sometimes according to the charge, mileage by mileage as well, or a combination of times and miles as well. So you have to deal with these differences. Try to get the best deal for the motor coach, yeah, run or rate. Do check several companies first before you make any commitment, yeah, and get black and white from them in order for you to secure the transaction. Typically, local sightseeing company charge per day or half tour. So there are basically two ways, whether half tour package charge or full day charge. Yeah, make sure to determine what kind of bus. Yeah, basically it should be a motor coach, yeah, with three-seater or four-seater alternative. Well, it's depend the price will be depending on the facilities that they provide on the bus itself, yeah? Size of the bus, how many seat, yeah, are available. Is it 40? Basically it's 44, yeah, but for a coach, yeah, or three-seater normally for, yeah, 40 seat. All right, and check for the facilities like aircon service, yeah, televisions, the mics, yeah, and so on. Request specific drivers which are suitable with your the theme of your tour. Like for example, you are bringing an Islamic, yeah, tourist to an Islamic destination, so you can request for an Islamic driver as well, Muslim driver, so that the arrangement for the tour will be easily, yeah, headed uh, uh, by the co-pilot. All right. Always reconfirm everything with the motor coach operator and the sightseeing company. You have to inform, update them from time to time, especially a day before you are going to departure day. It's very important because they can't remember everything, even though it had been promised in black and white. You have got a written confirmation, but you have to call them for a friendly reminder. Yeah. Next, dealing with suppliers of the railroads. Yeah. Normally, railroads such as Amtrak in Malaysia, we have KTM. Yeah, they are quite predictable. The expectation should be on discount on 10%, but not more than that, because normally on public transportation or railroads, they have a very fixed journey. Yeah, and the cost is quite high. So the more that you can ask for discount is actually 10% for students and for old folks. Yeah, right. Next, for ground operator, the arrangement for a ground operator is quite specialized. Yeah, you need to go for a one-to-one, yeah, consultation or meeting. yeah, with them, such as the guide, the representative at the airport baggage handling. You need to brief and discuss, yeah, with them on the requirement of your group. Okay, what are the specific arrangement that you may plan? You have to discuss with this operator, right? Right. Next, one is the other additional, yeah, miscellaneous suppliers, other suppliers, like for example tour guides, yeah. Tour guide, you have to pay them normally per day, yeah, per hours, yeah. It's depending on the basis, yeah, on the agreement. So tour company normally find about step on guide through tourist bureau, chambers, yeah, or tour operators company. And that one is actually normally can be organized by the freelance tour guides, where they don't have any commitment working in any of the travel agency, but through arrangement you can assign them, yeah, with hour, yeah, pay for their guiding service, yeah. Attractions as well, can they can provide discount sometimes, not all, it's depending on the property itself. They may provide further extend the discount to, the groups of students, and depending on the character of the tour itself, you have to ask for a discount, yeah, in a nicer way. Now next, completing a budget. After all of the quotations you assemble, yeah, remember for the tour arrangement, you must make an attempt for a complete arrangement of all of the costing, and therefore you need to find three maximum, yeah, minimum, yeah, suppliers quotations. Right, when you assemble, yeah, then you need to ascertain the cost of operating the tour and determine what your selling price will be. So you assemble all of the price arrangement for example, for the flights, tour, food and beverages, okay, transfer. Okay, you assemble everything and in one costing sheet, then you calculate, yeah, plus the profit margin, you can come out with one selling price, right? If the tool is too complex, it might be appropriate to assign a task for bookkeeper or an accountant. And normally, the tour consultant play or closely work with the account department to know actually the percentage for each of the arrangement, right? Next, yeah, completing a budget, you have to consider two items of the fixed cost and variable cost. Now, fixed cost is the cost that will not change. Yeah, it will never change no matter how many people are on the tour. For instance, yeah, a cost for a coach rental, all right, it takes 1,000 ringgit. So no matter how many passengers will be expected to go for a tour, all right, the cost will be still, you need to pay that 1,000 ringgit to the supplier, right? Another uh, yeah, so these fixed costs, no matter what happens, yeah, you have to pay for that commitment. Whether one or two person cancel, the cost still that you need to pay. Now, in control with the fixed cost, yeah, is the variable cost. So these costs will be changes. It can be changed according to the number of people that go for the tour. All right, the more is the mirror. The more passengers, more tourists that you get for a tour, it will lessen down the cost, and you can have the possibility to offer an attractive tour package price to your tourists or for your clients. Yeah, an example of a variable cost are the airlines tickets, right? Those who buy the airlines ticket get the confirmations, they got the seats, reference number, all right? Then they need to pay for it, right? If they cancel at their own preference or request, they have to pay, for the rest of the cost of the tickets, unless with certain condition. Hotel rooms, meals, it will be changes, uh, the, according to the number of tour or the passengers. Yeah, as the tour increase, the number of passengers also will be increased. Right, the reasonable number for a tour. Okay, basically, yeah, acceptable numbers will be 35. 35. Yeah, it's good if you can have maximum of 44. It's good to have a full bus uh, arrangement, and minimum is 25. If not, you will lose the business. You will get very, very little margin for the profit, and it is not worth it to proceed for that particular tour. So therefore, it may be called for what we call delay, yeah, postpone, and so on. Right. In completing a budget, yeah, you may reach to, yeah, uh, different errors when calculating the cost. So that's why from the beginning you have to be very, very careful in, yeah, finding the right cost. Yeah, first you are confused between the fixed and variable cost. Which one which? So if you're not sure, refer to your account department. Yeah, then you forget to divide the room cost by double sharing two. Yeah, double occupancy basis. The price for a room, for example, must be divided by 2, right? You shouldn't be wrong in that part. So you have to be very, very consistent. Yeah, forgetting that 5 days tours spend only 4 nights in the hotels. That's why the package normally, yeah, the night will be additional one more night. Yeah, 5 nights, 4 days, 3 nights, 2 days. Okay, 6 nights, 5 days. One more day is actually for the movement. Yeah, and excuse me. Another error is the forgetting the sales, the tax on the services. You forgot to incorporate the tax sales. Yeah, another error might be you forgot to incorporate the parking fees. It may lead to additional, yeah, cost. Right. Next, we move on to an effort to determine the sale price. Yeah. When you want to set up for the sales price, actually you are determining the profit line. Yeah, how much will you make? Yeah, 20 or 30% is common for public tour normally. Yeah, maximum that you can go is 30%. Yeah, if it's for a special tour, individual plan departure, yeah, the most that you can go is to 40%, 30 to 40%. You can add few percentage, yeah, to cover the error. Just now, inflationary, yeah, inflation may happen, yeah, the lower or the higher of the currency exchange fluctuations or minor unanticipated costs. Okay, very simple. In a simple equation, you have to know that the final per person tour cost must be, yeah, divided by, yeah, the 1 minus profit margin and expressed in decimal. That will be expressed and in your sales price. Means that if let's say 20% will be your profit margin, so 1 minus 0.2, and that will be, yeah, the cost for the person. You minus 0.2, then you add, then that will be the final sales price for a tour. All right. Next, pricing strategies. There are basically 5 strategies that you can use for the final price for a tour. Which one to choose depending on the situation itself, All right, and which price do you think it's suitable for that types of package market? Now, first one is the skimming. Skimming is putting the higher price in the market. Normally, this is for in an introduction package that is just been introduced or just released, or new package, new demand in the market. You set a very high price, yeah, because it's still new in the market, putting the ceiling price. Next, penetration. You specify the price according to the conditions, yeah, of that particular tourist, the characteristic of the buyers itself. For example, okay, the price that difference according to the regions of the country. You may set a higher price for package that is available in the center of Kuala Lumpur, center of attraction, and you may set a little bit down price for package that is available at the suburban area. Yeah, why? Because maybe because of the cost itself might be lower at the lower area. Yeah? And your aim is actually to penetrate more people, to get more people to buy your package. Yeah? Next, psychological. Okay, you enforce on the characteristic or demographic behavior or characteristic of your tour, tourist itself. Yeah? You play around with the, yeah, the price, okay, right? For example, for university students, you give 10% discount. For old folks group, yeah, early birds, okay, you give 10% discount, yeah, right, and so on, just to win the psychological part of the, yeah, buyers, so that you can get more demand, go more people to buy, yeah, more tourists to buy your package. Next one is the cost plus. Yeah, cost plus is actually putting additional cost for marketing, advertisement, yeah, activity. On top of that particular price, you put an extra percentage for the marketing, sales, and advertising activity. Right? Yeah. Then the last one is the loss leader. This is actually, yeah, setting price below the formal, ataupun what we call as the normal price, selling at a lower price, yeah, in order to stimulate more demand or more tourists to get to buy that particular package. Yeah, example, the seat flight tickets that is available or that is sold by AirAsia. Yeah, they are selling at a very competitive price. Yeah, to just stimulate the demand, to make sure more people, tourists, go for travel. Right, next, the break-even point. Okay, break-even point is actually where you will specify on the operation cost and the profits. Yeah, the business where the sales is equal to the expenses. Sales is equal to the expenses. There is no profit or no loss that you can make. So you have to follow the formula. Break-even point, yeah, is equal to fixed cost divided by gross margin percentage, or what we call as another name is the break-even analysis. Now you can look at the example here. A package to a price is 200 ringgit. Then you mark up for 300. The monthly expenses for the fixed cost is 20k. This means that the break-even point will be 30k or 100 packages. Means that the agent must sell minimum of 100 packages in order to make the 30k profits. Okay. An increase of the fixed expenses will increase the break-even point. If more expensive you spend for the tour, the break-even point will be increased. Right, more client must be served before fixed price are covered by agency service. Okay, that is how you will specify what is the minimum number of package that you can sell in the market. So with that, yeah, that's all covered chapter 5 on the analysis for the tour cost and price. Therefore, please use this theory or this knowledge in order to help you for your group project, all right, for you to do your costing and setting price for your package. Okay, do use these principles in order for you to plan for a group, a good package design so that you can come out with a quality package. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. If you have any question, reserve your questions in the classroom sessions. Yeah, then I'll see you then. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. Thank you.